it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip. Watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See where this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken Back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Not 120.
Mike Popo. I got one.
Check 50.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff, he's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Goff. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Begin. 18.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
49, check 49.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back at this size, at these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Watch twist. Hey, 76.
Out of the gun. Gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Move. 58, boy, 58, Mike. Alert. 58. Smooth. Mike, 58, right there. Rapid. And 58 is a Mike. Hey, alert. Check.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
36.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. Forced out to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hatchet.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Pick your game up. Check 37. Check 37.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big run there by Gurley. 47 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson with his first career NFL touchdown as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. This time, Trubisky will throw. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. That's caught at the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, 18. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. 18. Get hands on. Five. Mike's 54. Watch out.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique. and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
Value one.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Khalil Mack, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Trying to get it to Woods. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Motion.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Trubisky to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
Or drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
But it brings up 4th and goal.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. they've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check. Cross.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. 3rd and 2, gone. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Watch the run, watch the run. Move.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Motion. Right there.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the toss, it's Gurley. Finding room at the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Super one.
Here's Gurley. And an alley to run. Gurley's got the first down and then some. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
20. I'm here all day. Now you won.
On 1st down, it's gone. Looking for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Tonight, 180. Where's the mic? Watch one. I'm coming.
Here's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Value three.
From the red zone now, Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Gerald Everett. Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. To the air again. Goff. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10.
Hey, ball. Alert. Here we go. Hey, ball. Hey, I-7.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. The former Charger All-Pro, Eric Weddle, on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. We got it.
Again, it's Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Alert. Bring any weapons. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, Delta. Mike, 54. Mike. Alert. Mike 54. Mike.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be fourth down. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They try right side here, Gurley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They will toss to Brown. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Watch the whip. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Now Trubisky to throw. Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right.
Always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get that quarterback. Right there. 54, right there.
And the blitz does come. on the run. He'll let this go deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A 10th carry for Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Hey, ball. Hey, echo.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Ran, up.
It's out time. 54 Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Go! 180! 54! Cut!
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well.
Decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Like 20.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Under 10. 10. 11.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
180. Give me that ball, defense.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Mike 58 right there. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
running with Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 50, the 40. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Partner, that was... looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 33 yards that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with. Time to talk it over. Gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
He's crossing. He's checking.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 99. Check 99. Check, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. 58, boy. 58. 58.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there out of Kamara. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and it was their defense.